All right, guys. So this is the last of the supplements that I'm going to be taking. There's not going to be any more supplements I'm going to talk to you guys about because, well, I had already had this stuff, figured out at the age of 30, and I'm just spinning the block. So we got this Bacopa Monneri. It's kind of interesting because when I was 30, I was really just following what the spirit was telling me to do, and it wasn't necessarily, spirit has this funny thing. It'll give you some information, uh, and the spirit is omniscient. So all the information I was downloading at age 30, I had no idea I was going to spin the block 15 years later, and I was going to need it, now more than I did back then. That's why I had got, I was doing it back then, and then I kind of got distracted, and here I am again, just trying to be who I was at 30. I said, man, when I was 30, I was very advanced. I said, oh my, I was very advanced. Um, Probably do a little side video about me being age 30. But let's just go ahead and just discuss this Bacopa Monneri. See if we can keep this at 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so what I know about taking Bacopa and Monneri, excuse me, what I know about taking Bacopa Monneri and Go To Cola in tandem, what I learned, I'm not sure if it was from Dr. Berg or somebody, but they were saying that those two herbs work together. You got this thing called cerebral fluid, right? And this cerebral fluid helps clean toxins out of your brain. Okay. And I think it said that, well, Go To Cola does a lot of stuff in the body. Bacopa Monneri specifically removes the toxins from your brain because it forces more, I think it said blood flow to your brain, and therefore it moves more cerebral fluid through your brain to sweep out the toxins. And then Go To Cola comes in there and allows those toxins to exit the body completely. So if you take in Bacopa Monneri and Go To Cola in tandem, then you pretty much doing a brain sweep of all the toxins in your brain. So you're going to find that you're going to think a lot clearly. This is why a lot of people, even when they just taking Go To Cola by themselves, they say that, they don't feel like this brain fog anymore. They feel like they're thinking very clearly now and stuff like that. So imagine if you're taking the two herbs together, you're doing a complete brain detox. It's something we don't think about how toxins get stored in the brain. We know that heavy metals can get stored in the brain. So we got a lot of people walking around, guys, with brain damage. And I'm telling you, when you start cleaning your body out, man, and doing the things necessary to make sure the organs are functioning properly in your body, you walk around and you can clearly see that people are suffering from brain damage. They're not thinking too clearly. You could see that. When you start thinking clearly, you don't see yourself as the same as everybody else walking around. You can literally look at somebody and see that they're under some kind of fog. Okay. So remember, just to close it out, I had learned about this supplement they have put out on the market called Protandem, and Protandem had 5 ingredients in it specifically. Just think about this. I was 30 years old walking around thinking about Protandem. I got this bright idea to just look at Protandem and look at the herbs that was in it, and I bought each one separately off eBay. This is what I was doing at 30. I was not the average 30-year-old. How many 30-year-olds guys are walking around thinking about some Protandem and the herbs that are in it? This is how I thought at age 30. Um, so those 5 ingredients are Bacopa Monneri, Go To Cola, turmeric, ashwagandha, and green tea. So if you take those 5 things, that is basically what that anti-aging drug was. So it's something to think about. If you taking those 5 things, that's the best you can get with anti-aging. Okay, so Bacopa Monneri, this is the last of the supplements. There is nothing else I will talk to you guys about as far as supplementation is concerned. So when you talk about somebody like myself who's taking protandem, who's taking GABA, human growth hormone, liver proliferation, new cells, all the stuff I learned about GABA, been taking that for 17 years, drinking water out of a glass bottle, taking in potassium every single day, not an alcohol drinker. You already guys already know I smoke a half a organic cigarette every day. I don't think that's gonna do a lot of damage to me. At least nothing to be worried about, right? Again, Himalayan salt with the minerals. Maca root, creatine. The soaps that I use, natural soaps, because remember your skin is the largest organ on your body. A lot of people don't know that. If you ask the average person, what's the largest organ on your body? They'll be talking about the liver and kidneys and all. No, it's your skin. So you have to use the right topical applications for your skin. You cannot. In some cases, you have to use chemicals for the skin. Now, me, there are days I'm glowing, guys, and there are days I'm not glowing. For me, the only thing I need to do was add in green. Let me tell you, the only thing I need to do that I haven't been doing is drinking green fluids, taking out that green smoothie in the morning, getting the chlorophyll, which is going to add more iron and oxygen in my body, which is going to make me glow and not, you know, uh, look dull. Some days I might be dull, or some days my skin might look dull. Other days I seem like I'm glowing, right? Well, it's the green foods that's going to, me taking out that green smoothie, chugging it in the morning, that's going to take care of that. And then I can proceed with my day knowing that I got that green in. What else before I close it out? Drinking water out of a glass bottle, not drinking alcohol, not taking in gluten, not taking in animal products, not taking in dairy, getting rid of sugar. That includes juices, by the way. That's why I said this is the first time I'm actually perfecting my diet. This is the first time I'm doing it. And then the only thing left to do at that point is to get back in the gym. There is nothing else. There's nothing else I'm gonna come on here and talk to you guys about. So in my mind, ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody this disciplined in my that I know. You got celebrities that's not even this disciplined in what I'm talking to you guys about, Sometimes I wonder how many people out there can do exactly what I'm talking about and how would that change them. But just to let y'all go, now, I don't know what I want to tell y'all before I go. So it's been like a week and a half, right, since I've been taking this Coca Cola. About 3 days ago, I started feeling this headache. You know how you have a headache, and sometimes it can be in your forehead, sometimes it can be in, it's different parts of your brain. You can experience pain. About 3 days ago, I had this pain in like somewhere around my the back of my brain. It was like the area where I know that cerebral fluid goes to the brain. I was having pain in that area, and then it went away. And so then about 2 days later, that's when I came across the information talking about Go-To Cola and Bacopa cleaning out the brain toxins from the brain, the cerebral fluid. I said, man, that's why I felt it, because I mean, you think something wrong with you? I ain't felt no pain like that. Like, why do I got a headache in that part of my head? That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, guys.